Thank you for coming on this incredible journey, and welcome to Adeex StarCorp. I apologize, that was my mistake. Here at Adeex StarCorp, we pride ourselves on our xenophile lifestyles, our pacifism, and our materialistic ways. We got brand loyalty and private prospectors. We're intelligent, very strong for punch and slow readers, and we are, of course, traditional. With humanoid ships, reptilian cities, slickened corporation advisories, and the Adeex leading it all, we hope you'll have a pleasant stay at Adeex StarCorp. Alright, so if you couldn't tell by that opening, which was an attempt at a rundown of the Empire while also sounding like an ad for, a galactic mega corporation, well, it's your guy, Need Not Apply, and welcome to Stellaris MegaCorp. That's right, MegaCorp came out earlier this week on Tuesday, and I didn't have a video come out that day. You might be wondering why. I had school. So, what I decided to do was, get myself a little used to the game, particularly this DLC first, before I release a video on it, and then I can impress you. It did not work. I'm still very bad at playing tall, gotta be honest. I haven't lost a game with MegaCorp yet that I have not, absolutely wrecked the entire galaxy in seconds. I don't know if you can do that, but I'm still not very good at being tall. I usually end up going over my administrative cap real quick. So I don't know if you guys noticed it, but if you look under my ethics, you see I was xenophile, pacifist, materialist, and that's because I went for pacifist for the simple fact it gives me bonus administrative cap. It just gives me plus 10 administrative cap. That's the only reason I went for that. And for my civics, I got brand loyalty and private prospectors. I went for that. Not for the private colony ship. I don't really care about that. But I get extra, what's it called? Extra administrative cap. So I had to go for it. For our traits, we got intelligent, very strong. We got intelligent because since we're playing tall, one important thing will be science. So I think that'd be important to, push. We were very strong in order to get more minerals and stuff from our planets and such, because we won't have very many planets. And since we won't, grow very big, we may not have a lot of minerals from space. So being able to get minerals and such from the planet and having, strong armies, considering we only have a few planets, it'd be important to have armies that can defend a planet. Let's say if we get attacked or something. We're pungent and slow breeders for a simple fact that slow breeders because we're pungent and slow breeders is something I hope to eventually remove after getting the check in order to do it, mainly because I chose them so I could get traditional, because I didn't have enough for traditional. That's also why I chose brand loyalty for the Unity, because that is going to be something really useful, so we can get ascension perks and filling certain parts of the tech tree quickly, I think it's exploration or colonization. One of the ones you can get, traditions you can unlock, it gives you bonus unity. No, bonus administrative cap. And honestly, I'm gonna need it. My first save when playing this game, it actually looks really weird simply because, I have no idea. I didn't really know how to build out the Empire. I kind of built it out randomly, going for decent systems, trying to avoid not so decent systems, and then I found one really decent system, so I kind of spent like a lot of resources and minerals just kind of building out that way and stuff, just so I could get stuff. And I was like, man, I can't just leave these sitting here, they're just free resources. So then I built up, you know, mining stations and research stations along the way. It was a huge endeavor, and I don't know if it was worth it, mainly because I eventually got a little bit of another empire. It was, I'm not going to say its name, for the simple fact it's not in the base game, which means you probably don't know it. But either way, here we go. Yeah, I've been through here to show you this. Alright, so these are the settings I usually play on, though I sometimes raise the difficulty. Large star system, 2 spiral arms, 10 empires, no advanced stars, 3 fallen empires, 2 martyr empires, 1 normal tech cost, normal ability, habitable world, normal primitive civilizations, and normal crisis strength. So I think we're gonna bump this up to 2. Only because since we're playing MegaCorp, I think it'd be pretty useful to get another population in, considering the fact that we can't actually what's it called? We can't actually we can't grow very far, like by ourselves, or very fast. So I think it'd be useful if we have another population that won't have that as a drawback, so that we can, you know, either conquer them or uplift them into our empire at some point, you know. And mid-game starts year 230, 25. In-game starts 24, 50. No victory year, mainly because victory year just decides, you know, there's no real reason to have victory. It just kind of decides that, like, when the victory year ends, the highest scoring empire wins, which isn't very necessary, so we're just not going to do it. The reason this is only on the cadet difficulty is I'm lazy. I don't feel like putting in all that extra effort for the difficulty, mainly because, you see, this controls the game difficulty on higher difficulties and empires that are not so difficult to play, get bonuses to their economy and research. And like, I don't think I really need to go that high on it. Like, if I do eventually go like Grand Admiral or something, I feel like this is gonna be something I do on my own. And then if I can beat it, then, you know, I would do it on camera. Mainly because I don't like, I'm not gonna show you me losing. That'd be silly. You got scaling difficulty, which is off, mainly because there's just no need. This controls how likely empires are to declare war on their enemies, and that's the overall number of wars that are started with the course of the campaign. Because of the aggressive settings, they are able to only declare war their attitude towards the target permits it. Now, there's no, it can be normal, mainly because I don't actually, you know, mainly do anything. Say, empires usually go for friendliness. I only declare rivals when it's necessary to boost relationships with a specific empire and not worry about the other one. Here, you got empire placement. See, I don't know. I say random, but the issue with random is an empire might be too far. You see, one thing in MegaCorp is, you know, commercial packs. With commercial packs, you can build branch offices on a planet in the neighboring empire. And what that does is it produces energy credits for you, and I think that along with jobs and also science. I know something you can produce. There's just like a couple different things you can produce based on the empire planet's population. But you see, if they're too far, you know, they won't really be in for commercial packs and such. Meaning you can't really do what you would normally do in a run through. It just expand out to them because, well, they're too far. You honestly just have to hope that they expand out to you, which, if they do, is just lucky. So, I think we'll keep it on random with the added difficulty to punish me for not going for anything other than cadet. Advanced neighbors are off, mainly because advanced starts are off. That's just really it. Hyperlane density, 1, quarters abandoned gateways, 1, wormhole pairs, 1, guaranteed habitable worlds, 2, as usual, IRM are on. Now, this is something we could do. It just kind of randomizes it. We can have it, 5 to 10 empires might spawn. The 1 to 3 fallen empires might spawn. But we're just gonna have that, be like that. Okay, we're taking way too long. The whole point of me is starting the game, creating the empire, all without y'all here, was in order to cut down on time. Yet we're already 10 minutes into the video, and I'm sorry. I don't know where I went wrong. It was probably when I started talking about settings. So, no more funny business or any of that. Let's just get into the game, we'll give the thing a read, and then we'll start our empire. In the aeons since the first run of Adeex communities took shape on the windy plains of Quala, our civilization spread and prospered. In the earlier days, our people were governed by primitive feudal realms and inefficient nation states. Gradually, as global trade increased, the influence of private corporations grew steady until the power far surpassed firms that once tried to regulate them. After a series of mergers and violent takeovers during the destructive corporate wars, a single megacorporation eventually emerged as the sole ruling body of our world. Now, after the discovery of Hyperlane Network, our finest minds, the Adeex StarCorp, have finished developing our first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Alright, here we go. First, let me close sectors. Let me close that. Open that, and then look at this. We have no job, just have open homes. And of course, we're not losing anything. Though we are only producing a few energy credits. We're only producing 3, and I don't know how I feel about that. So what I think we'll do, we can't afford it, so we won't do that. I was gonna, start that. Nice. We're gonna go for nanomechanics, biodiversity studies, and quantum theory, simply because they increase the research increase the amount of that research, like physics or society or engineering research from researchers, meaning, we get a boost in research overall. The more research we can do, the quicker we can research things. So we're just gonna go for that. We're gonna have our science ship come out here, so these 2 systems before surveying other systems. Seems like we're right next to the galactic core. And since we didn't go spiritualist, I don't think we're gonna attempt to reach the shroud this time. So we'll just never know what's in there. Maybe it's a waste, maybe it's Maybelline. We're 6 in the victory screen. I checked this just to see how I'm doing compared to other empires, economic-wise, technological-wise, system-wise, colony-wise, pop-wise, subject empire, federation, questions, all that stuff. The more than likely we won't see a crisis, mainly because I've never seen a crisis. I know it sounds weird, but I've literally never unlocked or been in a crisis. I've never gotten to a crisis. I have started a galactic crisis though, and I have not beaten that. I might want to go back to that save, who knows. Anyway, we'll have our science ship going off. We'll have our military fleet follow, only for the protection of our science ship in order to prevent it from, getting attacked or something like that. Though that probably won't work if it finds something like crystalline entities, malate things. I don't remember what they're called, or anything, any real danger that we find, we're pretty much in danger because of. But listen to this. Maybe our science ship can get away because we have our military ships here to save the day. 76 months. So, as you might be wondering, not much is going to happen right now. We're just going to establish ourselves, start for trying to produce more resources. That's really about it. You can get something to go here, get something to go there, and just make sure that we don't collapse on ourselves. Maybe expand a system or 2, 3, or 4, but nothing more than 70. We go past 70, you get in trouble for a while. Yeah, so I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't want to bore you with this, whatever this is, me just going around surveying systems, producing resources, and not even doing MegaCorp stuff until like the end of it. But I feel like if we don't do it now, then we just do it in another video. So I'm gonna ask you to power through here with me. If you're still hearing this, if you're still watching the video, do me that favor and finish it off. I know you're probably like, why would I ever want to finish this off? Hey, you could leave this playing in the background. Because you see, I checked analytics on YouTube Studios, and in most cases, that's why I'd be so shocked if you're still here right now. And almost no one ever makes it this far into the video. So I can only ask and only hope that if you're still hearing me now, I don't understand how, but I would definitely appreciate it, that you just do me a small favor and finish off the video. You can, leave it playing in the background, just go do any of that, just leave a like, subscribe. I definitely appreciate it, because YouTube may be, nothing right now, but it's something I want to pursue, something I enjoy doing. Though I don't have, much in terms of resources to really do it properly. Like I don't have a computer for filming and such. That's why I use my phone. I don't really have, anything that fancy. This is kind of just a one-man basic operation.
A system has been surveyed.
But I still hope you'll join me for it nonetheless. It's already been 10 months. Look at that. This is Tundra. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're gonna start this episode soon. Mainly because it's just, I feel like this is something I should do off camera. So I won't do it off camera yet. Instead, what I'll do, for that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you to leave a comment down below, especially if you're still watching this. Tell me if you wanted to, get us up and running off camera, or if you wanna, see it all. See me meeting other empires. Like, what do you want to see? You want to see the big moments, like when I go and I just happen to meet another empire, or we come to an agreement or something? Like, what do you want to see? Yeah, that's really the question I got for you right now. But, well, until next time, I hope you'll join me again as the Adeex StarCorp as we continue our goal of, spreading Xeno entertainment throughout the galaxy, one empire at a time. Love you guys. Bye.